Okay, thank you so much for joining. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sure, Uminda. My name is and I'm working currently. Is it fine to disclose the name of the company?
I will mute it, no problem.
Okay. So currently I'm working as a ServiceNow developer, and my overall IT experience is 3+, 3.5 around. In which out of 3.5, I have worked on which was a previous project, my first project, for around 2+ year. And in the remaining period for around 1.5 to 2 years, I am having this service now, which I recently joined for. Coming to the service now, majority of
Mm-hmm.
my tasks from my first project till now, and this is my third project in the service now, are related to ITSM only. So that's an overall view about me.
Okay, so what you did till now in ITSM?
In ITSM, I have created the new tables. Inside that, we have created new forms from fresh layout, fresh table from fresh form, record producer. Inside that, we have utilized the that was my biggest task. And inside that, new form has been created that has been linked with the record producer. And in that, I also utilized the service that
Okay,
visit changes over there in the instance. And apart from that, I have also worked on the service catalog. I have created 3 to 4 catalogs, and workflow, client script, UI policy, all the things which are associated with catalog tasks. So those also I have worked upon. And currently I am working on the integration part. From the integration point of view, I have created the Postman integration from myself,
mm-hmm.
and also the service now to service now. So those are also things which I have done
Okay.
till.
So in integration, what is the business? Means what is the functional things which you want to achieve? What is the last goal of that integration and how it is
uh,
helping the business?
okay, so for example, if I'll take a event creation kind of thing. For example, if we are updating any form and we have created a UI action or button over there, get record from the server side, if you want to, then we will call a API call, and that would be integrated with the another server. So if we have to attach two system, that rather than sending the data in the manual form, we can attach two system over there, and they would be directly connected. Whenever you will trigger something on the incident form, on the change form, or to whichever table you will connect with, you can directly send the data or receive the data based on the API call, or based on the business rule, or the connection you will make between the two systems.
Okay. You said you have worked on record producers. So
Yes,
do you know the basic difference between service catalog and record producer?
yes, Uminder. So
Yeah.
basically, record producer is also kind of like service catalog, but it is like task based record. In the service catalog, we are having all the functionality, but in this record producer, we are having some limitation. Just like as we can't use the workflow over there, we can't use some of the functionality which are available in the service catalog. So record producer is also a kind of creation of record, but it would be task based record. In the catalog item, you have all the things which you can achieve over there.
So you are saying like in record producer, from record producers, you cannot trigger workflow.
uh, that's what I
Is it
aware of that.
possible? I
uh,
know the option of selecting a workflow is not there, but let's say I connected, I am creating a change request from record producer.
hmm.
So generally a change request is having a workflow. How it is possible? Is it means how we can achieve that?
Scripting is one of the things which is available over, even though I'm not sure about this functionality, Ominda. So I would
Okay.
say that by the script call or something, we will write over there, and then we can call direct functionality, just like in the maintain item. Inside the service catalog, we have that process engine, so we can directly attach either the workflow or the flow designer, whichever we want, like created we have created. That in the same manner, that functionality I don't found in the record producer, if I'm not
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Sure. Apart from that, you have worked on all type of business rules?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. So which one you think is most suitable for like performance? Or you can say which one is not creating any issue for performance of the system?
Uh,
Or you can
Performance
tell
wise,
me which one can go, uh, which one can hamper performance uh, of the system?
it would be after, basically, for the large data. If I'll take the example of large data,
Mm-hmm.
uh, if I have to perform some action over there, then we will get that in the consumer. But in the state, we have before, after, async, and display. After will hold the data until the after would take upon in the database. For example, if we are creating any record, until the record would be created in the database, till that time the data would be holded. In the async, we have this advantage that it would parallelly work. Asynchronously also works for the condition type, so it would execute asynchronously.
Okay, good. Okay, have you migrated the data also to production?
Yes.
So what is the best time to migrate data into production? Let's say migrate data into production. What do
You
you
are
migrate
asking about
data in?
timing.
Yes. What is the best time to migrate data into production? When you should migrate? Let's say you have 3 time slots. You have to do it in morning, in evening, or in afternoon. So generally in general terms, when you should go for it.
uh, it can, I'm not sure about it, Ominder, but it can be dependent on the client side as well. When they are not utilizing or searching for this, at that period of time, you can just load the data into the production. So after their shift will start, or their working will start, they can
Mhm.
directly check that inside their user side.
Okay. Okay.
And as far as the flow is concerned, we have the cap window, which is currently working in my project. In the cap window, whenever we are confident that yes, testing has been done in the QA part, now we can move it. So cap window, we usually request, not my team lead or manager. They request for the cap window, and that when that particular window has been opened, we move the data into the production.
Okay. Are you following the latest releases? On which release your current system is on?
Basically, I can share
Which
my screen
version?
and show you. You can ask the background script related question as well, if you're fine.
No. I am asking, what is the version of your current system? Like which version you are working on of ServiceNow?
It's Utah.
Or you're still in Utah right now?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't. And actually, it's about PDI. I'm telling about.
Okay. No, not PDI. In your current environment of client,
Yeah, that is, I guess, Washington.
Washington. Okay. So what do you think is the best feature which you have worked on for Washington?
Uh, the first feature
Being a
is I
developer,
found.
let's say being a developer.
Okay, being a developer, there are some interesting thing which truly helps me in making my PDI related thing or version related thing easier. First is the search related thing. Whenever you will write any code over there in the either in the client script or in the script include like server side, you will always have that content search, I think we call it, or I don't know what is the naming convention for that. Whenever you will write like glide or something in this
Mm-hmm.
way, it automatically show all the related actions over there, like what you want to perform, add info message, or like gs.log or gs.add info, or whatever you want. So that is like one of the thing. uh,
Okay.
Coming to the second thing, uh, uh, coming to the second thing, yes, one more thing is there. Whenever we have to style the form or design the form, there were some limitation in the previous releases, but now we have that new data where we can we can modify the whole configuration of the layout rather than going on the side by side like on the other things. So here we can utilize or configure all the fields on the single layout. That is also just one of the example which I found.
Okay.
uh,
And what all are the things which your client is happy? Have you noticed any such thing? Or they want you to implement this thing, or like this feature of Washington is good, so you have to use this. Any feedback?
From the client side, I haven't had that much interaction, but yes, whatever the functionality ServiceNow latest available to me, like I usually suggest them to my lead that yes, this is also we can implement. For example, primary coloring or some coloring changes whenever we are saving the data. So these are small steps which I preferred from my side.
Okay, okay, great. So you use transform maps and all?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so apart from like how can we utilize the import set table apart from importing data? Like, is there any other use which you can think of using import set table apart from generally what we are using, like importing data and all? Apart from that, what do you think, being a developer, how we can utilize that table or any such table?
Uh, okay. The basic functionality of import set is to import the data from multiple data sources into the ServiceNow table. That is what I am aware of.
Right, right.
But apart from that, it actually provides a staging kind of thing, like between the two tables, source table and target table. But
Mm-hmm.
another feature I'm not aware of. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. You in your career later, when you have limitation on tables, right now ServiceNow is also charging on tables, right? So
Hmm.
in such cases, you may have to use import set tables somehow. That you will learn, no problem.
But
Okay.
one thing I heard this thing, I don't know whether that's correct or not. We
Yes,
can
yes.
use the same table for import rather than creating the every time again and again. We can use the same table, something like for importing the data. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. That is up to you only. If you have a
So
process,
that is not the
you need
hmm.
not to create more like same table again and again with same name. You can use
So that
same
is
import set
okay.
table.
So that is not the example which you would be hearing of. Like
No,
I thought that
no, no, no.
that is something different. Okay.
Okay, no issues. Okay, let's move into access controls. What do you think about access control and anything which is doing similar tasks? Like, can you avoid things? Can you avoid writing access control by anything in system?
Okay.
Let's say I
So
want to avoid access writing access controls. So what all other options we have? And let me, reduce the data here. Let's say I want to hide something. Okay. And in
hmm,
order to hide that, I don't want to write any access control. What all options you have?
okay. So yeah, access control is basically used for the larger section. If you have to restrict any table or if you have to restrict the record or field, that can also be used. But the smallest form or the method which can be utilized is the UI policy first thing. If you have to hide any field based on certain condition or selection, you can utilize that. Like for example, we are having two fields inside the form. One is the user and the another is the user related advancement. Then if we have given the condition in the UI policy, user is Ashwani Dubey or some XYZ, then don't show, like make visual as false. In that way also we can do. Second thing, if we can do it in the UI policy, we can also do it with the help of client script. That also we
Okay.
can utilize over there. And um, and the UI policy and then client script and in the same manner, we can also utilize the data policy, because that is also similar to that. So these are some of the things which comes to my mind that we can replace, but these would be limited for the limited purpose only. If you have
Okay.
to give the broader sense, then in that case you will have to utilize the ACL.
So what is the use of data policy when we have UI policy already?
uh, okay, so you are asking specifically about data policy or the comparison between the two?
Yeah, I'm asking why we are using data policy when the same task is being done by UI policy.
Okay.
So what extra data policy is giving us?
Yeah, Uminder. So, as we know that UI policy is a client script execution type, but in the data policy, we are having both the cases. We can utilize it on the client script side and also on the server side. Coming to the second thing, that yeah, both are having the similar kind of thing, making the value as mandatory or read only. But one additional thing which available in the UI policy is the visible as true or false, which is not available inside the data policy. Coming to the third point, which is most advanced, is the most recognized one, that inside the form you can only utilize the UI policy. That UI policy only allow you to go inside the form and utilize the fields available inside the form. But if you are importing the data, if through import set uh, or through web services or anything else, then in that case you can utilize the data policy. That would be the best option which is available.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Suppose, let's say I am a ITL user. Okay. And
Okay.
on, let's say I'm an administrator and I got a requirement that we have to restrict ITL users to see only in progress incidents. If
Okay.
any ITL user log in and he go to incident table, he'll see only in progress incident. Rest all incidents will be hidden. Okay. So what will be your approach being a developer or architect to design a solution in this? How you will go? How will you proceed? You got the requirement?
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me the solution.
Hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, Govinder.
No
This is
problem.
actually
Take your time.
so.
Take your time.
Okay, and step also we can. One actually the thing solution comes to my mind is the scripting part, Ominder. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So just like we have one thing na, dot has role karke. So if
Okay.
we will give the condition, we will first create the glide record that where inc is equals to new glide record incident, and then we will give, if user have that rule, and not, like we will give the operator as not
No,
and
no, that
has
is
rule.
okay. That is okay. Don't write the script. Just tell me what you will create, and obviously we have to check the role at some time. That is okay. But what will be the approach? Like which object in ServiceNow you will use here? You use client script, you use UI policy, or you will use business rule. So on a business rule, what kind of business rule? So that's what I'm asking. Or if not, you are using ACL. So what actually you will create in this case? And yeah, that's what I want to know. Script is okay because we have to check the roles and all anyhow. So just tell me your approach.
Uh, okay. So for that, we can create the business rule or script include anything, we have both the approaches available in the server side.
Okay.
Business rule we can create, and inside the business rule in the advanced tab, we can give this whole
Which
scripting
type
rule
of
part.
business rule you will create here?
Uh, I think display, I mean, not
No
sure.
problem. See, after the call, try to implement it. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, that will be a good exercise for you.
By the
Uh,
way, which would be the correct one?
yeah, that you have to figure out.
Okay.
That's a question for you. But if I tell you, then what is the use of all this, right? Just
Yeah.
you have your developer instance with you, right? So just try to
Yes.
implement it and uh, yeah, see how it will be implemented. Okay, and tell me later if you have
Yeah.
implemented it. Okay, how many ways you can debug
By
in
script
service?
debugging,
Sorry.
or yeah. So if we have to debug, the ServiceNow available, ServiceNow which provides the method is the script debugging over there. If
Mm-hmm.
we will enable that, we can debug with the help of script debugging. And other
Script
than,
debugger, not debugging.
yeah, I mean, it's English related thing. So okay,
Okay,
script
okay.
debugger is
Right.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So with that also we can utilize, and apart from that we can do one thing. If it is related to client script, we can give the alert, alert between the phases, like up to what point it is working fine. If it would not work, it would give the alert. So that is also one of the approach we can utilize. In the server side, we can utilize the gs log or gs.add info. So whenever we will test it, we will get the alert kind of message, add info message. So in that can also be one of the approach to test the things, to test the client script. And
Okay,
yes, script debugging is like the out of the box functionality which is already been provided by the service.
okay. Apart from ITSM, what else anything you are planning to learn or what all areas you have touched on?
And to be very honest, I am not even aware of that. I would we have to learn another things as well. I just thought that ITSM would be enough, but now I get to know that
No, no, no.
there,
ITSM is not enough. It is the foundation. You must know
yeah.
it. But if you want good money and good switch, people are expecting more than ITSM. That is the honest truth here. Okay.
uh, that's
So
my approach, like, and that's my opinion. Nowadays I just figure out that if you are only ITSM, they are not even considering you, like, not uh, taken
yeah,
that way.
because previously ServiceNow was different, but now it is very much evolved and client also evolved right now. Okay, so that's why uh, they are moving to different other modules because it is the requirement. The client is now looking to mature their CMDB. They are now looking to implement some other modules. Incidents,
Mm.
or sorry, ITSM is already implemented in most of the client's environment. So that's why they are looking for people who have more than one skill set or more than one experience of more than one module. So that's why it is happening. But
Yeah.
without ITSM, you cannot go ahead. You have to learn ServiceNow basics. You have to learn admin part, development part, and ITSM. And
Mm.
most of the modules are related to ITSM only, like HRSD. So if you think you can start HRSD also, that is also a good thing, which is more related to ITSM. So plan in such a way so that you will be get benefited more. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, yeah, Uminder, thank you so much for increasing my confidence, and you actually given me a boost. Sometimes
Yeah,
I was very much nervous with respect to the interview part.
no, 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 just be confident and go through your resume, whatever you have written. Make sure you are having good examples, good execution plans, and good case studies related to that. Okay, you will be able to succeed properly and learn other modules as well.
Yeah, sure, Uminder.
Chalo. Okay,
Uh,
thank you so much.
Thank you. One last question,
Yeah,
which I have to ask you is about the feedback, Uminder. That's all I need to ask.
yeah, yeah. Feedback I already given, right? See, whatever you have written in the resume, make sure you have good command on that point, and obviously you need to learn more modules. Uh, whatever you have explained, you know the basics, you know the things. I can see that. Okay, but more practical exposure is needed, and obviously more modules to be included in your resume.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yes, sure.
okay. Chalo, all the
Okay.
best.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Suman.
Bye.
Nice talking to you. Bye.